Hello everyone and welcome to this video. Today is the final session of our STEAM class project and we'll celebrate and reflect on all that amazing work that we made on class. Are you ready for the final step of our STEAM adventure? I think so. So let's start. Let's quickly review our agenda. We have the class objectives, connecting with the STEAM, the show time, that is our presentation of the YouTube channels, the feedback moment, the post-test time, Edwards and closing ceremony, and as all the first sessions, we have the teacher's reflection and some advices. So, we have exploring English through STEAM. This class is about STEAM and English. Let's discover how STEAM and English come together. Well, for today, we have these objectives and our main goals are for the students present final results of their YouTube channels, apply the technical English vocabulary in their poster presentation, and assess what how they acquire that knowledge, how they learn with this project with the use of a post test. So, first, let's start with the first activity. Okay, this activity was about connecting with the STEAM. So, the purpose of this activity was to encourage students to reflect on how they use each area of STEAM in their projects and how they can connect this element with their English learning process. For this activity, they have to reflect the purpose of this project that was to show how STEAM and English are connected. They can connect. In groups, they will complete a short guide to describe exactly how they use each of the five STEAM areas in their project. Science with the experiment, technology with the video creation and editing, engineering with the project planning, arts with the creative in design, the poster, the images for the video, and math organizing data or scores to do the scientific part. And with this worksheet, we are going to evidence the understanding that they have in the whole project presentation. For this activity, it could take 15 minutes, more or less. So after they complete their worksheet, we can show the students a poster or an image to can summarize what we do, what we really do. So for this evidence, we have that as a teachers, it is important that students are clear about the process they carried out and how they met objectives from the beginning, since later they themselves will have to identify how they use all the STEAM areas during this classroom project. So with all of this, they can come back to the worksheet, maybe add some important details, and they can be more clear about what they do. And we use this worksheet for they can wrote as a group. Of course, all of these activities they do it as a group. They interact in English, they speak each other, they talk with the classmates. They say, oh, in this part, yes, we use the science because we search about a science project, a chemical project, physics project to do it at the class. We use arts because we made a poster, we made drawings, and things like that. So, and this is for the first activity. We are going to pass to the second activity that was the Showtime, the YouTube channel. In now for the main event, that is the Showtime. This activity evaluates the collaborative project and the English speaking skills. First, we will watch the videos from their YouTube channels. Then, as a group, they will come to the front of the class and show their project poster. And they give us a brief presentation in English about how they work, the materials that they use, how they make it, and uh, after that, we will be using two evaluation rubrics, one for the project quality, the editing, the quality, the sound effects, the images that they use, how they make this YouTube channel, these videos. And one for the oral presentation skills, because this project is to try to reinforce their abilities like speaking, writing, and reading abilities. So, for this in this rubric, they are going to be evaluated for vocabulary, clarity, interaction with the audience, what they explain, the way they explain. Yeah, and all that I can say that we can see it here in the instructions. You can pause to take it into account. Then we have some evidence about our real class. In this part, they pass in front, they speak, they some of them trying to recreate their project to show it alive. And then we have the rubrics. We have the oral rubric that is for the speaking part, and we have the rubric for the YouTube channel. Now we have the third activity that was feedback moment. In this part, after the presentation, we move to this activity. We will provide a brief constructive feedback to the groups on the final. Well, in the groups, um, we are going to give the feedback for the final product, for the presentations. We are going to include some scores, and this is an important part of the session because it has the chance for the students to recognize their achievements, their understand, and to highlight their strengths and suggesting improvements. Okay, so we are going to pass to the next activity. That was the activity number 4, the post test. Uh, this post test helps students to understand and to trying to assess what they learn, if there is something important that taking their heads, to trying to understand if that was a significant learning about STEAM in classroom. So they will individually complete a final test to assess the technical vocabulary that they learn in each STEAM area, and also answer a few questions about the impact of the methodology in their learning process. This helps us to evaluate the retention and the understanding about all the subjects, how they use it, and how they can use it in a future. in future classes. So they will take some minutes to do this with calm, with being conscious about it. And we have here the evidence where the students were taking their post test, and this is a short part about our post that has STEAM questions about STEAM and questions about English vocabulary and grammar. Then after that, we pass to the activity number 5. To close this part of our project, to can recognize the students' participation, we have an awards and closing ceremony. We will announce the results and give a prize to the first place winner. And finally, we thank to the students for their participation to be part of this project, to have the time to take their time to make it, to share their ideas with the classroom, with their groups. Doing an outwards and closing ceremony, it's very important in this kind of projects because they feel motivated to do it in other classroom, to do it with more creativity in other sessions. So they want to participate again. Probably they want to say to other teachers, oh, we made a project together and we work very well and we use a lot of things. We learn about other subjects. You can do this, and they will feel comfortable with what they do, and they can feel that they do a really good job. And yeah, this was the last activity for our session. After saying thank you, give them the prize, we finish. And for today we have the challenge is to ensure that creativity and teamwork truly lead the meaningful English learning. As a future teachers, our pedagogical reflection is that the challenge is in this type of project is making sure that the creativity and the teamwork involved genuinely lead to meaningful English learning, not just a project. English must be a tool for communication, to express their own ideas, to be themselves, to show that they are super creative, that they can do it well, and that they can use English in real situations for solving problems, for communicate with others, to sharing ideas, to sharing comments, and it's English is not just a subject that they learn in the school. English is for real life, to something that can help them. And we have some advices. So our advice for this time, or for the next time that you want to do a project, an English project, is remind the students that English is not separate from the project. There is a tool that they use for communicate their ideas. That English is an essential tool, that they can use it for everything. That they can use it in mathematics, in even in physics studies. For do a lot of things, they can use English. They can learn a lot of things if they make this goal. Um, Encourage creativity and participation more than flawless English. It's important to make the students always that they always feel motivated, because motivation is the basis of a good learning. And finally, always give a feedback that inspires. highlight the effort, collaboration, and innovation to keep the motivation high. It is important to give them a feedback, not just to they be conscious about their mistakes, even that they are conscious that they are making a process. That is the important point of doing a project, that they can understand that they start with something short and they do something really big, something important. And that's it for today. Thank you all of you for joining us on this incredible learning journey. We have seen so much talent and enthusiasm and the students of Nuestra Señora del Pilar School. I want to say thank you them, thank you to their teacher for participating, for let us to work with them. And I hope that these videos can help other teachers in training or the other teachers to can can try to do a project like we do. So thank you so much. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you. Bye.